Hey everybody, it's me, RunnerEye, and today we're going to be ranking videos of drag race queens falling over. You know, my last few videos have been really like educational, analytical, and that's so unlike me, so I thought we really needed to connect back with the roots of this channel, like where I came from, which is just shit posting on the internet. And so we're going to be doing a tier list where we rank the funniest videos of drag queens falling over, and we're going to be ranking them from best to worst. So let's get right into it right now. Hey everybody, sorry, don't mind me. I'm just passing through the video right now with my Hulskern watch. So if you didn't know, Hulskern is a small family business located in Austria, and they make the most beautiful, gorgeous watches and jewelry out of organic materials, and it gives their products this really kind of cool, earthy, organic feeling to them, which I personally love. Like, as someone who is obsessed with like wooden aesthetics, given the fact that I'm literally in a forest right now, Hulskern is perfect for me. So naturally, because I'm obsessed with wood, for some reason, I don't know, my little brain just loves it, I went for the Askia, which has this very like wooden feel, but it also has like the wood mixed with this kind of like beautiful gray marble. And it also has this adjustable stainless steel bracelet, which is perfect for me because my wrists are tiny. I don't want to talk about it. And like all Hulskern watches, they come neatly packaged in like this little compact wooden box, complete with like this soft pillow. It's very luxurious. And then on top of that, Hulskern doesn't just do watches, they also do accessories, like this necklace right here, the Inseparable L. They do sunglasses, they do handbags, you name it. So whether you're kind of like looking to treat yourself and be like very selfish, which I implore, or you're searching for the perfect gift for someone else and be selfless, which I also implore, Hulskern is the perfect place to do it. So click the link at the top of the description and use my code RunnerEye to get 15% off plus free shipping. Thank you so much to Hulskern for sponsoring this video and for enabling my wood aesthetic obsession. Now let's get right into the tier list. So first up, we have Trixie Mattel falling over to 9 to 5. Now, this is one of the more famous clips we're gonna have on the tier list today. It has been talked about on I'm pretty sure.
What are the most humiliating moments you've experienced?
Oh, this video is basically viral. Go look at it.
Okay.
It's me in San Francisco.
Oh, I saw it. Are you totally eating total shit?
I went to walk and I took a confident step and it was a full fall. My whole body tased.
But if we look at it here, I think the problem is that there seems to be a little step on the stage. See the way she steps down at the beginning? So I think that this was like a multi-level platform stage, even though it was in like a 1x1 square feet area. So she misses the step with her little lunchbox that she has in her hand, and she goes tumbling into the crowd. But what I love is the little hand that she does, the little hand movement that she does as she's falling. Like, she's so lightning quick with her reflexes. She's literally waving down help as she's falling into like her death. She's like, help me, and then she like plummets and it like an explosion happens, and then she like the entire place explodes. It's a really terrifying video. I actually found this video on LiveLeak. But it is a beautiful video. She does look like that one meme of like Kermit the Frog where he's like flailing his limbs about. That's the kind of energy that she gives as she's like falling to her demise. So where do we put this in the tier list? That's the question. I'm gonna put it in, it's a great but could be better. It's not the best video that we're gonna be looking at here today, but it is a great start. So next up, we have the meta like video that we're gonna be watching, which is me watching Willem falling while watching Trixie falling.
I can see her hip pad. Oh. Plus she fell. Oh. Shit. Man, that's not fair.
Now this video is breaking new territory because this is the one and only video that we're gonna have on the list here today where someone has fallen over while just standing there. Willem managed to fall while standing still watching a video. I think the amazing thing about this one is that obviously like there's karma. You know, there's karma that she's laughing at someone falling, you know, and then she falls over, which is actually like a bad omen for me because I'm laughing at someone falling over who was laughing at someone falling over. I am sitting right now, so it's like kind of impossible for me to fall. But listen, Willem fell standing up doing nothing, so like it's not actually impossible. I could somehow manage it if I am like Willem. But what I love especially about this video is that she stumbles around so much before she actually takes the fall. You know in GTA 4 where you like smack an NPC and they kind of like stumble around a bit before they eventually fall? That's literally what Willem does in this video. Is it the perfect fall though? That is the question. question, like, do we put it in the perfect fall category? It's either the perfect fall or it's delectably chaotic, but just given that it doesn't like evoke that perfect fall energy, you know, it's not an Oscar-winning fall, but it's Oscar nominated, and because of that, I'm gonna put it in the delectably chaotic tier. So next up, we have Jinx falling to Under the Sea. This one is absolutely beautiful. This is not the last time that we're going to be seeing Jinx fall on the list because she has a tendency to fall a lot, our Jinx. The best thing about this, so like obviously we have the fall, right? Let's look at the fall first and then we'll look at the aftermath of the fall afterwards. So we have Jinx who falls over because she's walking backwards in heels, very understandable. And she goes down and then she slides across the stage on her butt with her legs up in the air. In order to kind of save face, she immediately flips herself over and kind of like poses to the audience. And she's helped up by Courtney Act. And let's, you know, get on to Courtney Act because she's a big character in this video too. We have Courtney Act, who is just minding her own business, doing her little choreo, when Jinx decides to fall and rip her skirt off. This is the second time. This happened on Celebrity Big Brother 2. What does, you know, Courtney hold her skirts together with? It's like nothing. It's like a little bobby pin and that's it. Thank God at least this time she had something on underneath the skirt, unlike Big Brother. So what an absolutely beautiful clip. It's absolutely amazing. It's kind of like an art film. You can kind of watch it again and again and again, and you'll get like new details you'll notice. So it is gonna be our first placement in the perfect fall category. So now we have a clip of Violet Chachki falling when filming her episode of Shop Like a Queen with Naomi Smalls. What an absolutely beautiful video. Violet was trying to do Naomi's backbend from her All Stars 4 lip sync against Gia, only for Violet to kind of like stumble back and hit and she like knocks into the only, you know, like props that she has on the set. If you look at the set is pretty bare. There's like minimal amounts of stuff that she could knock over on this set. She only had to avoid 2 areas, which was the shelf and the painting frames. Those are the only 2 things she had to avoid. And what does she fall into when she falls? It's the shelf and the frames. But to bring the video down to a very serious place, this is a very serious video. Thank you so much for attending this. You know, I am dressed for a funeral, so that should kind of give you the tone that we're going for today. But Violet is very lucky that she was able to kind of like whoosh herself up at the end and kind of like avoid hitting her head, because if she had just gone backwards from the back bend, she would, like, her head would have smashed into that shelf. And then you have Naomi, who's just, you know, she's just not getting involved. She's protecting her peace by just kind of looking at Violet, you know, almost die in this shelf. She's trying to like force everything back up. She's sending good vibes to everything so that they won't fall over, but she's not actually gonna like, you know, take proactive steps to make sure that they don't fall over. It is a top tier Violet Chachki moment, but is it a top tier fall? Let's look at the leaderboard. Again, we have some good falls today. I don't necessarily think it's the perfect fall, but it is pretty delectably chaotic. So I think I'm gonna put it in delectably chaotic. I think that's a fair placement for it. So next up, we have another Violet Chachki one. Like, Jinx and Violet Chachki fall over all the time. But this one is a Violet Chachki, you know, performing in an apartment somewhere on someone's table. And take a look at what happens. She falls through the table, and that, you know, expression on her face says it all. But to me, this clip, I don't know why, it's just underwhelming. Like, I'm bored. I needed more drama with the table. Maybe it's because the video is quite short. Like, maybe if we had the reactions of everyone, it would be funnier. On paper, you know, I'm entering my Love Island era. On paper, it sounds real good, right? On paper, it sounds real good. But then you get into the actuality of the clip and it's just underwhelming. I don't know, I needed like a cartoon, like Tom and Jerry, you know, crack of the table, or just like a little sound effect. Like, listen, I'm gonna add some sound effects to the video, and like some cartoon sound effects to the video. You take a look, you see if it's funnier, and you get back to me within 5 to 7 business days. Like, that was funnier. I'm imagining I haven't edited the video yet, but this one just doesn't do it for me. It's just, it's boring. I wish there was more drama to it. It needs more. I think it needs more drama. Like, the idea is great, but the actuality is disappointing. So next up, we have a clip of Jinx. Oh wow, it's Jinx again. She falls over again. Let's take a look.
In drag. Everybody clap. Can we stop? Because my fucking piano player just ruined the show in about 5 seconds, so.
Like, if we look at the chaos here, we have so many things that needed to happen in order for this fall to come about. We needed Jinx holding her cup over here. We needed her piano player to clap to hit the cup out of Jinx's hand, for Jinx to lift up her feet so that it doesn't hit her foot, for her foot to get caught in like the draping curtain in the background, for her to fall over on the stage. Not only does she just fall on the stage afterwards, but she almost flies into the crowd and the crowd has to push her back up. Which I think is just an extra little delectable bit of chaos in the video. Anyway, this is an absolutely perfect clip. To me, there is absolutely no other place that this can go other than the perfect fall tier. So next up, we have Pheromone in the All Stars 4 talent show.
Whoa, she fell. And she fell hard, bitch.
Again, one of the more famous falls on the list. I've even talked about this one in a previous video. So she was doing like this little burlesque number, and she kind of looked like the, you know, the meme of like the nervous mouse with like a little bow on her head. That's what Fairy looked like throughout this performance. Like, she was just very scared, very nervous. And she ends up slipping on a piece of her outfit, and she falls over and then like falls like flat on her butt. But like, if we're analyzing the fall, the anatomy of the fall, I do think that overall this is just, it's not that flashy, it's not that dramatic. In the episode it's dramatic, but like in terms of like a fall itself, it's a clean fall. That's what I'll give it. It's a very clean fall as it is. It's just not particularly interesting to me, I'm not gonna lie. I think it needs more drama. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's also like not the worst fall in the world. So next up, we have the originator of falling. It is Akasha from season 1.
Work it. Okay.
That's right, honey.
Now, this is the first fall to ever happen on Drag Race. She did invent falling. She was a trendsetter back in the day. A drag queen had never fallen before. She was the first one to do it. And may I say, she did it extremely flawlessly here. Like, she hits the ground without even missing a beat. She does that little spin, flips it over and poses. It is probably one of the most graceful falls we've had on the show. Like, I don't think anything we've seen on the show has even come close to a fall like this. Other than maybe the last entry we're gonna talk about today. You know, other people that we've seen have tried to do this. Like, we saw Jinx try to do this in her first fall that she did. She tried to save it with some sort of, you know, pose at the end, but no one is able to do the pose at the end of a fall as smoothly as Akasha did right here. It is like, I think that this is the top tier fall. I don't know how you could even argue that this is not the perfect fall, because not only is it a funny fall to begin with the way that she screams and tugs at her hair as she falls backwards, but also the fact that she does, like, again, the save. The save is what really, like, brings it together at the end. So I am going to put this in the perfect fall category. So next up, we have Kimchi falling, one of Kimchi's many falls during, you know, season 8.
Whoa, is she okay?
Now, this can be said for all of Kimchi's falls, like, not to drag Kimchi's falling abilities. I mean, she does do it very often, so you think that she would be better at falling in terms of, like, how dramatic it was. But, like, any time that Kimchi falls, she falls in lowercase. She just doesn't have that dramaticness about her whenever she falls. It's just, like, a very light fall to the ground. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, like, dramatic hitting the ground, you know, cracking open like an egg. Like, this is, like, I should have named the top tier Humpty Dumpty. Oh, that was such a missed opportunity. But that's what I'm looking for, you know? I'm looking for that dramatic fall that there could be a nursery rhyme about. None of Kimchi's falls gave me that. This one is just so, even though they play it off like it's super dramatic in the show.
Whoa, is she okay?
But that's because nothing else happened that episode. It was a really boring episode. I'm sorry, this is going in flop tier. Apologies, Kimchi. So next up, we have Lady Camden's fall in her chaps on the runway look.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You okay?
Oh, shoot.
Face first, this is every drag queen's nightmare. Surprise! I'm Freddie Mercury, bitch!
So yes, this was a scripted fall by Lady Camden where she fell down, her wig came off, and then she, you know, when she came back up, she was like Freddie Mercury. It was a scripted fall, which might take a little, it does, for, at least for me, it takes away a little bit of the spice. I want to feel in danger. When I see these queens fall, I want to feel danger. I want to be like, oh my god, what's happening? Is someone gonna die? So yeah, the fall is good, the twist is great. You know what, we're gonna put it in, because it does not fit delectably chaotic, because it's not chaotic. So I'm going to put it in the perfect fall, but I do that so begrudgingly. My moral compass does not want me to put something that's not authentic in the top spot. Like, it's a staged fall, so it does lose, again, the oomph for me, but I've screwed myself with these namings here, so we have to put it in the perfect fall. It goes in perfect fall by default. So next up, we have Jimbo. We will be talking about the one that I just showed you, the UK versus the World Season 1 fall, when lip syncing against Pangina. I don't think this is like a surprise to anyone. These falls are terrible. They're so bad. They're not even interesting. They're not even like, I guess they're kind of funny to watch someone like repeatedly fall over multiple times for a lip sync. I guess that is funny. I guess I'm getting some enjoyment out of it. But in terms of drama, again, I'm looking for the drama of like a fall. I don't see the drama here. Again, I don't think this surprises anyone. This one is going in the flop tier. So next we have Eureka tripping as she's running down a runway in a club. So she trips, you know, pretty much right off the bat. And what I love especially about this one is just the audience reaction of them screaming. And then also Eureka just lying dead there afterwards. Like, I'm guessing it's the embarrassment of like, oh my god, I have to get up and face these people who I just, you know, fell in front of. But I do love that she just lies there with her skirt completely like up over her head. It's hilarious. This one's so good. You know, the lack of context that we have for this one just makes it even better. I think it's delectably chaotic. Again, I think that lack of context makes it so much better than it could have been if we knew what was happening. You know, just her deciding to randomly run down the runway and trip immediately. It's just great. I love this clip so much. So next up, we have one of the greatest falls in all of not just Drag Race, but in all of TV. We have Kylie Sonique Love's fall in the All-Star 6 finale. This is mind-blowing. My mind is blown. Add in that stock green screen explosion effect right now. Whoa. I'm not even gonna try and like leave some, you know, mysteriousness about it of where this is gonna place. This is a top tier fucking fall, everybody. So Kylie Sonique Love was lip syncing to Stupid Love by Lady Gaga, and she has like this big coat on her, and then she like throws it off in like this dramatic kind of reveal, and then halfway through the lip sync, she accidentally steps on the coat and falls over. But because Kylie Sonique Love is like a gymnast, and she can do a bunch of fucking flips as we saw in season 2, she uses her gymnast abilities to realize that she's falling and then turn her fall into like a forward tumble, and she forward tumbles into like this amazing pose and poses for the audience and the judges. It's so good. Kylie, you ate this up, as the kids say, and you slayed that hunty, and you diva'd all over the floor. That's gross, Kylie. Don't even diva all over the floor. That's disgusting. So there's no even like competition. This is absolutely going in top tier. This is the perfect fall. If we're choosing one perfect fall out of all the falls that we talked about here today, I think this is the perfect fall right here. So that's the tier list. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps me out. And most people who watch me aren't even subscribed, which is crazy because you could totally subscribe for free and then you get notified about new, fun, cool content just like this. I have a Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you want to go check me out over there. And there's an extended version of this very video on my Patreon, as well as other videos that I've done before. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. So now it's time to thank my little patrons. It's like My Little Pony. Speaking of My Little Pony, first up we have Brony RuPaul, we have Valerie with Love, Jabroni, Giovanni JPEG, The Flame Chaser, Cat Chat, Mikey3991, Planet Daniel, Jim Jamie James Bradshaw, Nico Montano, Ravi Kasari, Eve, Dip, Oliver Wyatt, Giovanni Vicari, Yoon Wyatt, Vico Pop, Matt F, and Tone. Thank you so much, every single little patron. You're the best little patron. Thank you for patroning me. You support all of my antics, and I really appreciate that. And we're definitely not gonna end up, you know, on some top 10 infamous cults of all time. And that definitely is not gonna happen. And the guy who's reading it out in the top 10 will not sound like this. Like, that was my Burger King foot lettuce impression. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Thank you so much, every single little patron. You guys are the best. Also, thank you to Holzcan for sponsoring this episode. Go check them out in the link in the description. And use my code RunnerEye to get 15% off plus free shipping. Thank you again. See you next time.